Hello, James Graney here from internetbizuni.com, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can shoot professional product images on an extremely tight budget. So I'm going to go through the exact equipment that I use here. I'm going to show you how to set it up and position your product when you're taking the images, and what you can do after you have the products taken to make sure that they look really professional and on point. So the reason why I decided to shoot this video today was because I have set up here for my own product shoot at the moment. This isn't something that I usually do. I've sent this product that I'm going to take images of. I've sent this product off to a professional photographer in the past and had professional photographs taken of it, and I use them on my product listing. But since that, I've made some really slight changes to my product. So instead of sending off my product to a professional again and paying another $200 to $300 to get professional pictures taken, I'm just going to take the pictures myself. And the setup that I'm going to show you here cost me in total £25 to set up. So it's really low cost setup, and it's simply going to be quicker for me just to take the pictures and have the pictures ready to use straight away, rather than waiting for a professional to receive the product, take the pictures and then send them back to me. So it just works out more simple this way. But if you're starting out and maybe you don't have the budget to go to a professional, then what I'm going to show you here is going to show you exactly how you can take high quality professional photos yourself from home. Obviously it takes more work than simply just sending your product off to a professional to get your product pictures taken, but it is going to save you some money. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is my setup. So there are two things that you need, and one is the light. So this is just a wide frame light that I purchased from amazon.co.uk, and I paid £20 for it. And the second thing that you need is what's blowing in the wind there, which is the white sheet. This is just a white sheet that goes from nearly the ceiling down as far as around 2 foot, 3 foot away from the wall. But again, you can simply adjust this. This is just thumbtacked into the wall, so it's just two simple tacks holding it up. But again, you can set up a similar setup to this, or you can make a more permanent fixture, but this isn't a permanent fixture here at the moment. So two thumbtacks will do, will hold it in place for now. If you are taking pictures, make sure that you're in a blacked out room. The only light that should be on is your big light, and I'll show you in just a moment where you should be standing when taking the images. And also make sure that any natural light is blocked out. So the likes of the window behind me, even that it's nighttime here, you can still see the street lights, and that may cause some shadows on your product or just mess up the lighting. So make sure that that is blacked out. Even if it is just closing down the blinds, that's all I'm going to do when I'm taking the pictures here. But yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. I'm going to adjust the camera now and show you an example of a product that you could be taking a photo of, and just the different setup that I have and where I'll be standing when taking the pictures. The next thing that you need, actually, I didn't mention this, I just took this one for granted, is a phone. So if you have a phone with a HD camera, that's perfect. If not, you're going to have to purchase a HD camera. But if you have an iPhone or any kind of new phone that has a camera, then your back camera is a good camera to use. Don't use the front camera because it has less pixels than the back camera. So when you are taking pictures, make sure that you're taking it with the back. I'm going to adjust this camera position here now so that you can see my setup and see exactly how I will go about taking these images. And I will try and remember to put the links for both of these products down in the description. But basically any wide light like this will do, and any white sheet. You can use a smaller white sheet if you have smaller products, but if you have, mixed size products, or if you don't know the exact products you're going to be purchasing, then I would just get a wide sheet like this one. This one only costs like a $5 from Amazon, so I would just get a sheet like this, and then this will do any size product. But if you do have very small products, you can just get one of them light boxes as well, which is just this sheet inside a box. You just shine the light into the box and take a picture off it there. So yeah. Okay, so then to taking your picture, you basically want to be in line with your big light that's shooting down on top of your product and on top of your white screen. You want your entire product to be covered by the light. You also want the white sheet, there to be enough of it to the right, to the left, to the back and to the front. Just like you can see there. As long as there's a bit on each side of it, that's okay. Don't worry if you get a bit of the outside mat or the outside floor in the image, you can crop that out later. As long as there is a foot either side, at least 1 foot either side of it, your image will be fine. Then you want to, again, use the back of your camera if you're using your phone, because the back of the camera is a better camera. You will want to make sure that you have the focus switched on your camera. So just tap on the camera to make sure the focus is on, and then just take your image. You want to make sure to take images from different angles. So even though the product is in the same angle, if you take an image from up high, then down low, then in the middle, you will get the best angle for it. You can check back on all your images later when you upload them to your computer. But for now, just make sure to take 2 photos at this angle, 2 photos in the center, and 2 photos down low. Because again, you won't know until you look back later which angle is the best angle for your product. And by taking 2 photos of each angle, you'll be able to pick out the best one. Then simply just rotate your product around and do the same again. Take 2 from the top, 2 from the middle, and 2 from the bottom. And again, you can pick out the best angle later. And that's pretty much it. The most important part is that you are not on front of the light, blocking the light or putting a shadow on top of the product. If you're in line with it, you'll be in a good position to take your picture. Make sure that the focus is on in your camera to get a steady picture of it, and take plenty of pictures. The biggest problem that I've had when doing this in the past is I've had to come back to the screen around 10 times because I've kind of seen something from the image that I'd like it at a different angle, and I just don't have that image taken. So when you are taking the images, just make sure to take plenty of them at different angles. Again, you can delete 99% of them later and keep the best 1%, but if you don't have the picture taken, you can't keep it. So make sure to take plenty of pictures when you're taking your pictures. So yeah, if you're just starting out and you don't have the budget for professional images, then just get this setup or a similar type setup as this and take your own images. If you're not 100% happy with the way they come out, you can send these images to someone on Fiverr, and that's often a good thing to do because what they can do is smooth out the background. So if you have any creases in the back, whitened area or anything like that, they can smooth that out, and they can add contrast to your product so that it highlights it more and brings it more to life in the image. So it's definitely worth doing for the sake of $5, is sending it to someone in Fiverr after you have your best images picked out for your product. And what I will do, I will leave the links to the different products that I've used and to the Fiverr listing that I've used in the past. I will leave them down in the description so that if you are taking product photography yourself, you can just jump down into the description, see the products that I've used. Again, you don't have to go ahead and purchase the exact products, but I will show you the exact products that I have set up here with. And these all do a very professional looking image for me, and it's ideal when you don't have a lot of images to take. So for the likes of me, when I only really want to show off this new feature in the product with the images, it's ideal for that because I don't have to get every picture perfect. I just have to take a lot of pictures and pull out 1 or 2 that meet my requirement. Whereas if it is a brand new product or you have a lot of different products to take pictures of and you want to get these pictures spot on, then sending it to a professional is often the best way to get this, because you'll spend a long time getting the right images that you need to really showcase your product. Whereas leaving it up to the professionals, someone who does it every day of the week, they will be able to do it a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently than you will. But it really is nothing to fear. And I remember when I first got started, I got stuck on this one for a while about images. Should I take them myself? Didn't have a whole lot of money when I was first starting out. Should I go and pay someone to take professional ones? I didn't know how to take my own images myself. Made a good attempt at it, but didn't rightly know. Whereas now, after just seeing image after image and doing this a lot of times, you kind of know what to expect. And that's basically what I want to get across to you. Even with photography, no matter what it is you're doing, it's going to take time to get good at it, and make sure to take the time when you first start. Make sure to kind of be patient with it, because you're not going to be the best photographer in the world the first time you do take photos with it, but keep at it and you will get better at it. And if you're looking for a step-by-step course teaching you how to import your own brand of products from China, everything that you need to do every step of the way, from picking out your product to dealing with your manufacturer to launching it on Amazon to getting it ranking to getting it selling organically, every step of the way, then you can check out the unique private label course. I will leave a link down below. But as always, this isn't a requirement. Just if you want to get a step-by-step course, then you can check it out, see what videos you get inside. But of course, you can do this without having any step-by-step course and just learn as you go along. Also, on that note, if you haven't entered the Gary Vee sneaker giveaway yet, for the full bundle of Gary Vee sneakers, again, I have a video shot on this 2 videos back, so I will link up that below so you can check that out. But basically, I'm giving away my entire collection of Gary Vee sneakers and his book, and all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and comment on any of my videos between now and whenever I hit 15,000 subscribers. And then once I hit 15,000 subscribers, I will gather all the comments and I will put them all into a random draw and pick out one of them. So the more times that you comment on future videos, again, only 1 comment per video, but the more times you comment on future videos, the more chances you have to win this entire bundle. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope that you've enjoyed it. Hope that you've learned something. Look forward to speaking to you on the next one. Bye.